Hey, so we have this problem and it wants us to determine whether or not the graph of the given equation is symmetric with respect to the x-axis, the y-axis, and or the origin. All right, so we have 7x squared minus 2y equals 9. I'm going to try and get this in terms of y in terms of x. So I'm going to subtract 7x squared to both sides. I'm going to get negative 2y equals negative 7x squared plus 9. I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. And I'm going to get y equals 7 over 2x squared minus 9 over 2. All right, so the parent graph is the x squared graph. So that tells me I'm going to be starting with something that looks like a cup, like this. This minus 9 halves says I'm going to move this down 9 halves. So I'm going to have something like negative 9 halves right here. It's going to look like this. And then this 7 over 2 tells me I'm going to be stretching my graph some. So I'm going to take some of these points up some, and it's going to look something like, this is not the best drawing, but it's going to look something like this. It's going to be kind of skinny. And its y-intercept is going to be negative 9 over 2. All right. So looking at this picture, I can tell it's not going to be symmetric about the origin, because if I pick a point here, its negative is not necessarily going to be there. If you plug this into Desmos, it'll probably look a lot cleaner. But yeah, so it's not symmetric about the origin. It's not symmetric about the x-axis because there's not an another point right here that looks like it. But it is symmetric about the y-axis because for every point over here, there's a point over here, all the way up and all the way down. So it's only symmetric about the y-axis. All right. And another way I could see this is using the even and odd stuff. If this is f of x, if I do f of negative x, I'm going to get 7 over 2 negative x squared minus 9 over 2, which is 7 over 2 negative 1 squared x squared minus 9 over 2, which is 7 over 2 x squared minus 9 over 2, which is exactly my f of x. So it's even, which means that it's symmetric about the y-axis. If it was odd, it would be symmetric about the origin.